I'm going to read so I don't go off on tangents and not get to what I want to say. Okay, so my name is Cindy Backman, and I'm the owner of Confreaks. We're a video production company that specializes in filming conferences, specifically tech events. Confreaks was started in 2007 by Kobe Ranquist and Carl Youngblood. You may wonder why I'm telling you all of this, or wondering even more, why would a video production company want to give a lightning talk at a Ruby conference? Did you know that Confreaks was started because of Ruby? Anyone? So in 2006, Kobe and Carl were attending the Mountain West Ruby Conference organized by Mike Moore in Salt Lake City, Utah. And Yukihiro Matsumoto, better known as Mats, was the keynote speaker at that conference. And it was one of the earliest conferences in the US that Mats spoke at about Ruby. There was so much information at the conference that Kobe and Carl talked about afterwards that it would have been great if it had been recorded. And so a few months later, Confreaks was born. These two Ruby programmers started a side company to film Ruby conferences, mainly so they could go to more Ruby conferences for free. So they were friends. They were friends with those that were already putting on Ruby conferences and would offer to come and record them if their costs were covered. After several years, Kobe bought out Carl's ownership, and it was a one-man show. Kobe had a real job and just did this on the side. It would take 8 to 12 months for him to edit videos for an event after it was finished in his spare time. He hired me full-time at the beginning of 2012, and I was Confreaks' first official employee. Why did Kobe hire me? Kobe is my brother. So I needed a job. I was recently divorced from a very bad 12-year marriage, and I had 2 kids. I hadn't been allowed to work while I was married, and I was going to school and struggling financially. My kids and I had moved in and was living with my parents, and Kobe needed someone to edit and start working full-time since he wasn't able to put a lot of time into Confreaks personally anymore. His tech job definitely made him the money, not Confreaks. So Confreaks was a passion project, and by 2011, he was running 2 conferences with friends called Ruby on Els and LA RubyConf. Kobe introduced me to a lot of people in the Ruby community. I got to know people like Aaron Patterson, Sandy Metz, Katrina Owens, Sarah May. I got to know Jim Wyrick, Ryan Davis, Jonan Scheffler, Jim Remsig, and many other people. The Ruby community was really important to Kobe, and it became important to me. We didn't just film events for money, we filmed tech conferences because it meant something to us. And we did many conferences for the cost of flight and hotel. We give discounts to conferences that agree to release the videos to the public for free on YouTube. And it was important to Kobe that people in other countries and areas, where they just couldn't afford to go to a conference could still have the opportunity to learn from these amazing events. We grew and eventually had 4 full-time employees. Kobe stepped further away from Confreaks in 2015 and just signed the paychecks as I took things over. And by 2019, we were filming 30 plus conferences a year. And the largest conference we'd ever filmed happened that year, and it was 12 tracks. All right, at the end of the year in 2019, I bought Confreaks from Kobe. So January 1st, 2020, it was officially in my hands, and then the pandemic happened. I had to let my other employees go and was barely able to keep things going on my own through 2020 and 2021. Confreaks is up to filming 9 to 11 conferences a year, and I am the only employee. I hire contract workers to help with conferences larger than 1 track and hope over the next few years to get back to where Confreaks was in 2009. My whole point with the lightning talk is that I want you to know that Confreaks isn't just a video production company. We are part of the Ruby community. We have filmed RubyConf since 2007, RailsConf since 2012, except for this year because of union, but I did edit all the videos and they should be out soon. We filmed many regional Ruby and Rails events. Through the pandemic, a lot of that knowledge has been lost. So many changes to event organizers. The board at Ruby Central is completely changed, and not all information gets passed on. These conferences are important to me, just as they were to my brother. From the perspective of someone that is on the outside, It's an amazing community to be a part of. I have filmed hundreds of tech conferences, and the Ruby community is my favorite. You are the kindest and most supportive community that I have seen. I'm so sorry. So if you see Confreaks at an event, come say hi, ask questions. If you're a speaker, a volunteer, or an organizer and you need help with something, come ask because I want to help. Confreaks is on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, and I have stickers. Thank you.